Hey guys, Thundera here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. Today we are back with a build video. This is going to be a base game starter house for the 100 baby challenge. I know a lot of people are doing this challenge now since the update with the infants is out, and I absolutely love this challenge. So if you want to see me do it over here on my channel, let me know, and let's get into it. So I am building in Willow Creek on the Bargain Bin lot. This house ends up being 17,978 simoleons. It will be available on the gallery. My ID is Thundera Shadow, just like my name here. And I chose to build on this lot for this house because of the fact that you have the fishing right behind the house plus a couple other spots. And that is a skill that children can do. That's a thing that children can do to gain a skill, which is important because you have to get their skills up for the school to get the A, because that's one of the requirements of the 100 Baby Challenge, is that your children and your teens have to have A's before you can age them up. Well, that's a skill that both children and teens can do. Children gain a different skill than the teens do. I don't remember what it is right now, but I know because I've used that before, so they can do it. Plus, you can sell the fish or whatever else they catch from it, or what you catch from it, to be able to make money. Also, there is a garden behind the BFF household, which is across the street from this one. You can harvest the garden and sell the stuff, or even replant the stuff so that you have more, and that's more money. Also, there is a lot of frogs and collectibles and harvestables and dig spots. So there's a lot of ways to make money in this one neighborhood. That's why I chose to do it. Plus, your children have a lot of ways to gain skill. Your teens do, because you have the fishing, you have the gardening. You can send them for jogs so they can gain the fitness skill or the motor skill. You can do all kinds of stuff in this neighborhood, and that really benefits the 100 baby challenge. As far as lot traits, if your lot that you have does not already have traits, you are allowed to set them. I did not set them for this house. I'm not really certain what traits are base game and what traits are not, so I just did not even touch that. But I would recommend checking them out and seeing what will go well with what you need. So we have the layout of the house. We're just painting the roof and doing the roof trim right now. And like I said, this is a challenge. I find it to be very fun. I've done it before. I enjoy it. I will link the rules down below in the description. There's a lot of them, but it's something that I enjoyed doing, so I just put this door on with the window. And of course, I'm trying to look for stuff that is going to that's going to be like some of the cheaper options. So right now we're just looking for windows, and initially I go for this one for both around the house and on the roof parts there. And I try out a few other ones, but I do end up going back to that one because it was like a good option to give some light, but it also takes up space on the wall, because for a starter home, trying to get everything in there, you're not going to want to have to decorate the walls. And I really just did not have the money to decorate this house once I got everything in it. And you'll see that as we go on. And a lot of these windows, some of them do not stay. So, and now I'm just looking at what color I want to make the outside of the house. So, just looking at the different options here, trying to figure out if I wanted siding or stone or what. So, just doing some different colors and changing the light so I can maybe see it a little bit better. and just trying to figure out what I felt like would go with this house. And so I was looking at this red here with the stone on the corners, and I put that around. And honestly, I kind of like the red. I kind of wish I had kept it, but I didn't. I changed it for a different color, and then I went and I changed the stones to the columns instead. And I end up with this same paint on the outside with the white columns. It's just a different color. It's more of a light blue. I'm just trying out different colors here. I end up with like a light blue on the outside of the house. I was hoping for something a little bit brighter, but I really liked this on the outside of the house, and this is the like bluish gray that I ended up putting, and I deleted that window there. And then I delete the 2 windows on the roof there because I felt like that was just too big. So now I'm looking to see if there's something as far as like a vent or something to put there. And I end up going back to windows. And I just put this little window here. I just put that on both the front and the back. It was actually cheaper than the vent was. So that was a good thing. And then now I'm just looking for, I'm going to put a spandrel over the hallway entrance. That actually saved money, believe it or not. A spandrel over that wall saves money because it doesn't cost me the same amount as the wall did. Now I'm just getting a door for all of these rooms. And this ends up being a pretty spacious house. It's not decorated like full out. There is a good bit of stuff in there in my opinion, but there is still room to improve, of course, because it's a starter home. You're gonna make money as you go along and keep improving it. So I focused on what I thought would be the main areas that needed to be addressed. So I just put some lights in, and I leave these saucer lights just because that's a cheap option. I'm just trying to figure out what is going to go where now and just adjusting a few lights. And for some reason that wall back there kept turning black. I could never figure it out or figure out why it was doing it, so I just ended up going with it. And now I'm just planning out these spaces. This room or this house ends up having 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, which is really good in my opinion for a starter home and a 100 baby home. You definitely need more than 1 bathroom. I just put this tile here, and that goes for the kitchen as well. And I wanted part of the kitchen to sort of have that like slanted diagonal piece, so I just used Control F and changed it to the triangle tile and did that way. And then just looking for some flooring for the rest of the house. Just checking out the prices to see which ones are the same prices and the cheapest. Like I said, trying to keep the cost down here. That way I can afford more furniture later. And then just looking for some tile. And I actually found a tile that is in base game that I don't know that I've ever used before. I thought it was really, really pretty. This one right here. I actually used it where the paint on the wall is white, and I used it for both bathrooms and the kitchen. I thought this looked really, really pretty, and it was, I believe, the same price as if I had used the other tiles like at the beginning of the row. So it just to me, that one looked better. So now I'm just trying to figure out a paint color for the rest of the house and the bedrooms. And I go with this light gray for the living and dining and the rest of the hallway, the rest of the main room, and then just looking for the kids' rooms and the main room. And I used this polka dotted one on 2 of the walls for the toddler / infant room. And this was before the infant, I built this before the infant update came out. So there's no cribs in this house. You can easily just delete the toddler beds and get the ones that convert into toddler beds, because to me that's probably going to be the best option. And right here, I was actually making this as if it was a second nursery or something, because I forgot I only had 3 bedrooms and that the mom was going to need one. So, and then I just paint this back bedroom a green. That's where the children and teens are going to go. There's definitely not much in there, but by the time you get to having children and teens, you should have enough money, or should have a good bit to save up. And I just changed the mom's room to be blue, and then we're going to start furnishing the house. And there's no landscaping on this one. I felt like the best use was inside, and a lot of people are going to probably go crazy about me throwing in the trash can first thing. But let me tell you this trash can gives you money when you put stuff in it. Yes, it's crazy expensive, but it pays you 10 simoleons for every member of your house. So, to me, in the long run, it's worth it. And I just go with the cheapest version of both the fridge, the stove, and the cabinet. So you're definitely going to want to upgrade those when you can. And I put in a sink, and then just trying to figure out where the living room and the dining room are going to go. So I'm just grabbing this couch right here, and it's not enough space for all the Sims that you're going to have, but this house is not going to last all the way through the challenge. You're going to have to upgrade it more than likely at some point, because you're just not going to have the space that you need for that big of a family. Because you kind of, after you start out, once your sim starts having the babies, you want that house to stay as full as you can get it, as long, like as much as you can. As soon as you move a kid out, you're going to want another kid right back in to keep it going and if you play with aging off during pregnancy, then your sim stays alive longer, and therefore she can have more. And I put in a high chair because of the infants, of course, and then supposedly they have fixed that for toddlers. There's just a dining room table with 4 chairs, and then we're going to put in this bathtub, because you have to have a bathtub to wash the toddlers and the infants, and then a couple of toddler potties, because you have to get all 5 skills to level 3 or 5, I believe it is. So I just put in a sink and a mirror, and with that mirror, your teens can actually gain several different skills as well, because you can do the charisma. I believe you can do research and debate. You can practice acting. So there's lots of stuff there. And I put in an easel because I have found that that's probably one of the easiest ways in game to make money. I put in a stack of books over there for a bookshelf, because you can always buy skill books for your children as well, and they can read those. And then we're just going to throw in a sink, a toilet, and a shower over here. And then I'm going to rearrange the bathroom a little bit just to make it make a little bit more sense to me. And I don't believe I put a mirror over there, just because you had one over in the first one, and to me it was okay without it. And then just putting in where I think the babies go. It's not ideal to have the babies in the mom's room, the newborns, but to me it saves a little bit on space. And if you're going to download this house, first thing I would do would be A, to replace the toddler beds with the convertible cribs, and B, delete those bassinets for the babies. I just wanted to show where I thought they would go, because of the fact that you get free bassinets whenever your sim is having a baby. So that's just free money. And then I'm throwing in some blocks, because that can give the toddlers both the movement and thinking skill. Once you get their thinking up a little bit, I throw in a toy box because that can help with the toddler's imagination skill, and your children's Sims can gain skills from playing with the toys as well. And then we're just going to get one of those bears. I think it's called Blarfy. I can't remember all these stuffed animals' names. And that will help with the toddler's communication skills. So that's all 5 skills for the toddlers. Plus, I believe that the children can gain skills from interacting with Blarfy. I've put down 2 beds in the children/teen room. Honestly, I would probably save up for the bunk beds anyway, and then I put 2 toddler beds over there in the toddler room. And then I'm going to grab a PC because you can write and everything, and that's more skills for your teens to gain, more skills for your children, and more ways to make money. And I have play tested everything. I'm just moving stuff around in the main bedroom to try and get a desk and a chair for the computer so the computer's not on the dining room table, and I actually made that work. But your sim can gain programming skill, writing, all of that from that computer, and that's pretty much it for this house. So, like I said, a lot can be done in this house for so little money. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. If you want to download this build, it will be available on the gallery. My ID is Thundera Shadow. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.